Okay, let's get started. Hi everybody, my name is Victoria. Welcome back to another episode of Discovering Art Together. Today's episode, we're going to do something really special, and we're going to kind of see one of my favorite paintings that I created. So yes, we are talking about one of the portrait paintings that I created, and I'm going to share with you how I was inspired in order to create this particular painting, and then also sharing the creative process and also behind the scenes of how this painting came to be. So you guys are ready? Let's get started. So this painting is called The Girl with a Silver Earring. Now you kind of have a slight hint of where this actual painting comes from. And the main inspiration for this painting is actually Johannes Vermeer's The Girl with a Pearl Earring. So I had a modern way of showing this in a new perspective, and that painting was the main inspiration for my painting. And as you can see, there is a slight difference to it. The feel is very similar, where I kind of kept more of the traditional and Golden Dutch Age lighting and also techniques though, but just kind of changing the subject with a new person, a more modern person, and kind of represents and reflects a little bit of what people will look like today. This painting is not only a new way of seeing the girl with a pearl earring though, but this painting itself has a very deep meaning to it, and it's a painting of self-reflection. And not only just seeing what's on the surface though, but what is actually within and the feeling that the person has in that painting. And reflection is something that I do quite a lot, which I still do think that I still don't do enough of it. But by creating this painting, it helped me have a deeper connection with myself and kind of showing my thoughts a little bit of what I feel while living in the present day. I'm sure we all have a lot of questions about uncertainty in this current world that we live in, and then those feelings are the feeling of never having enough. But I'm sure each time period has their own struggles and difficulties. Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump into something that's a little bit more technical and the creative process of painting this portrait painting of the girl with a silver earring. So this painting is painted with oil on canvas on a 16 by 20 inches large canvas. So it is a decent size. It's not too big, it's not too small though, and I usually like to paint portraits either life-size or larger than life-size, so then that way it has a real effect to it. So basically when you're looking at the painting, you have a connection towards it because it's the same size as if you were to see an actual person. So that's one of the reasons why I either keep it the same or slightly bit larger. And with this particular painting, it was a good size so that I was able to create enough details and adding the subtle skin textures and also the hair textiles, and also just generally some of the techniques that I've learned from the old masters from the Golden Dutch Age, specifically Vermeer. The reason why I chose a very dark background, not only did it look a lot more familiar with the girl with the pearl earring though, but it just makes the person stand out a lot better. So it's a good balance of the light and shadows. And then since we also have like a more diagonal line for the composition, this kind of helps guide our eyes from the foreground to the background a little bit, because this would actually give a lot more depth to the painting and it doesn't look as flat, because you kind of see how she's kind of emerging out of the dark shadows, even though there are some parts of her clothing that somewhat connect, so it doesn't make it feel like she's not part of this place or environment. And as you can also see, she is also placed on the golden ratio area, so her face is placed on the golden ratio area, and as you can also see, her shoulders are pretty much where the horizontal golden ratio is placed. So that kind of indicates and helps us locate the focus and concentration. And the silver earring is also placed on where the left side of the golden ratio is, and the eye that's staring at us, which is mainly our main focus there, because we're kind of connecting and communicating with her as she gazes at us and kind of pondering and thinking. You can hear her voice in your head as she gazes at you. This painting I also played a little bit with a little bit more balance between some places that are a little bit more blurred out and other places that are a lot sharper and more in focus. So I made the eyes a lot more focused and kind of having the surroundings where like the eyebrows and the forehead and where the hair is kind of a little bit more blurred out, so that we kind of attract our eyes so that we actually look and gaze at her. And then as we kind of gaze deeper into her eyes, we kind of get into this meditative zone, you know. So as you kind of look at that, you kind of go into this dimension where you kind of start pondering as she is doing, depending on if she were to actually notice somebody there or if she was actually doing self-reflection herself as she stares back at herself in the mirror. The color balance, I kept it very simple for this painting. So if you can see over here, we have our kind of 3 to 4 main tones, but mostly I used white, black, and yellow, browns, a tint of blue, and then also a bit of red. So as you can see, the black is definitely the dark background that we see, along with a little bit of the hair though, but the hair also has a combination of the yellow and the brown. And definitely the brightest part is the face and the skin tone, so that I kind of categorize the color a little bit more on the whiter side. And then we also have smaller accent of blue and red. I would probably consider red to be the main accent, because the blue kind of blends in a little bit with the more neutral colors and also darker colors, since it is kind of fading away and it's closer to the black of the background. And her blue eyes also kind of gives a little bit of accent, so it kind of helps us attract our attention so that we gaze into her eyes. Now, while looking at the girl with the silver earring, as you notice, we have the light that's coming in from the left side, and half of the face, which is on the right side, is in shadow. So by creating this, I wanted to express how this person, despite we see what's on the surface of the outside, on the brightest part of the face, which is the left side, we can kind of see how that side is very clear, it seems very glamorous, it seems very gorgeous and perfect, but with the shadow on the right side of the face, that I wanted to kind of share a little bit of a feeling with what she's actually thinking about. So it's kind of like as if she was wearing a mask on the left side, where we see just the surface level of who she is though, but deep down she has something more under that mask that she's wearing. So playing with the lights a little bit to create this feeling and meaning behind, with the light showing on the left side of the face and then a shadowed right side of the face. It's not too dark, but we still kind of see that it expresses two different feelings from this same person. Now let's take a look at the accessories and the jewelry. So I also did a very contrasting and dynamic way of showing the meaning behind these two. So if you kind of see, the silver earring over here is very bright, very clear, and very glamorous, very extravagant. And with the direct light, or kind of a more direct light shining on that silver earring, it seems as if this object is just so beautiful and so perfect. But as we move down a little bit to the bottom right, we kind of see a more blurred version of some ornaments and some jewelry that's on top of her shoulder. So that one I wanted to express a little bit on how material things can be very empty. Like, does it actually truly have the same value? Because if we were to look at the silver earring, it looks very valuable. But at the same time, these two things are both material things, and one is clear and one is kind of blurred and obscure. So that I want to kind of show that material objects and material things have a different value depending on who's looking at it. Okay, and that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this brand new episode about my very favorite painting that I created, the girl with a silver earring, and I hope you kind of learned a little bit more about the story behind this painting, how it was inspired, and also how it was created, and things that I kind of kept in mind and focused on in order to convey what I wanted to say through this painting. Like, to be honest, I think I did a pretty good job at rendering and kind of expressing the things that I wanted to mention in this painting while I painted it back then in 2018, which I think I was 20 years old, I believe. Wait, in 2015 I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Okay, I was like around 22-ish, so definitely there is more to learn and more to explore as well. So I hope that I can actually learn from some of my older paintings and keep some of the things that I do really like to kind of keep it and add it to future paintings that I'll be creating. The Girl with the Silver Earring. Now this painting has a very special place in my heart. It was probably one of my most favorite paintings that I've done over many years, and I am happy to see this painting also part of a private collection which is now in Germany. So I do not have this painting with me anymore though, but at the same time, even though I am sad that I cannot see it in person anymore, I am still very happy that I found a happy new home in Germany. The owner of this painting now is kind enough to actually send me some pictures of after when they framed it up into this beautiful combination of the portrait with the frame, and he did definitely a very great job. And I still do miss this painting a lot though, but I'm really grateful for the amazing support that you gave to me, and also having the opportunity to share this painting all around the world, and specifically having it in your collection in Germany. Thanks again for watching this brand new video, and then if you have any questions about this painting and also other questions about my creative process, please do comment below in the comment section. I will be more than happy to answer your questions for you and share my knowledge and experience with you as well. So yeah. Okay, and that's it. I hope I get to share a little bit more of my other personal paintings along the way in this new journey of discovering art together, and I hope you all have a beautiful day, a wonderful beginning of the new month of October. Stay warm, and I shall see you guys in the next video. So have fun, stay creative, and continue to learn and discover new interesting things in art and other amazing stuff. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.